Well, here we are.
Here we are.
A solo.
In New York City, baby.
In New York City.
Yeah.
A solo episode.
We haven't done one in so long.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Our one and only.
Which is unreal. And, I want to do more of these.
Yeah.
Because, number one, it shows our personality. It gives us the opportunity to have a perspective, an opinion. We just need,
time.
We need time and the space.
Yeah.
But look at the space we're in.
This space is
Is this
nice.
not cool?
The lighting, guys, here is
Box lighting. Apparently
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's that natural filter.
It's so flattering. I love it. Should we tell everybody what's been happening in our worlds, in our lives, on this trip so far as well? Why we're even here?
Yep.
There's so much to catch up on.
I know.
Where do we start?
Do it. Life updates.
Life updates.
I mean, you've probably got more life updates. I'm still as boring as ever, working extra full time, as we know, in a job that I absolutely love for a company that I adore. So for me, it's just been around momentum, finding balance, trying to tinker with new ideas and think about new side hustles. But honestly, not much has changed. So I'm fairly boring, apart from going more into humble brags and thinking about how we build the community, which you've done an amazing job at.
You've gotten a promotion during these last 2 years as well. So congratulations. You work your ass off.
I do, but it pays off. It's what's got to be done, people.
Yeah.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah, but I do think that in the last 2 years, like, you have gone from strength to strength in your career, and you are a voice of authority in the industry, and you should be proud of that.
Yeah. Look, it's, and I think we, even the conversations we've had today, having a humble brag is important. And writing that brag list, brag book, whatever we want to call it, is crucial in order to reflect and to make sure that mentally you feel as though you're actually achieving something. Because I think we get lost in the grind.
Totally.
Particularly if you are working full time and maybe also have side hustles. It's so hard to take the moment to just appreciate how far you've come.
100%. Which is also why we have the conversation cards.
Exactly.
Which prompts those questions.
Yeah.
Which I love. I'm obsessed with the
conversation cards are honestly, they're the best. At the retreat, which we'll talk about, I think that was probably one of my highlights, was we broke everyone up into groups and we used the conversation cards to spark those conversation starters. Yeah. As well as, a few humble brags along the way. So,
and they're good questions because they're they're not just for founders. It can be just in your own career journey. And then there's also some more like personal ones around values, setting and things like that. So I like that. The feedback from the retreat was that the questions were good because they were varied and you got to know people personally as well as what's happening in their
And I'll just add, I think just doubling down on your point around them not just being for founders. I have a team and I've started to use them in team meetings as icebreakers, as that one question that we want to start off a meeting with in order to get to know each other. Like it's an important part of building culture. So they're useful for, if you're a founder or if you're just running a business or a team.
Yeah, totally.
How about you?
Oh, life update. Geez,
you've got so many. So strap on in, people.
So I went off sort of on my own about 2 years ago since the last solo episode.
Yeah.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me. At the time, it felt
unnatural.
It felt
weird,
uncomfortable and unsure of what was happening to me in my career and everything. But it turned out to be amazing. And people always say, oh, that was the best thing that, ever happened to you. But I say my little brag is I made it the most. I made the most of the situation. I do believe in luck and, things happening at the right time, but it's what you make of the situation. You can wallow or you can just sit and go, I don't know what to do next or whatever. But you just have to get on with it and make the most. Like, life is amazing, right? So we're so privileged and we have so many opportunities. And I always say this, my network is incredible. And so the first thing I did was went and consulted a little bit. One of the brands I consulted to was B2C Furniture, which is some of my best friends. Stacey and Ainsley are the co-founders, and then it's a family business. And I'm still there 2 years on. I head up all the marketing for them. And like, it's an incredible business.
And you've been able to experiment as well. Like, you've actually gone and taken what you've learned throughout your career and you're now applying it, seeing results. And again, to that position of authority, you're now practicing what you've preached.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a really cool spot to be in.
Yeah. So we're growing the team now. I've hired a graphic designer, ecom manager, and it's just a beautiful environment, beautiful business that is really taking off.
I've got, and this isn't just, I'm not just saying this, but I've got a heap of B2C furniture. Oh my God. It's the best stuff.
Yeah.
And you've brought that to life and you've put it in the hands of people who realize the same thing, that like, wow, this is high quality, stylish, chic furniture. Yeah. I feel like these chairs could be from B2C.
Yeah, it's the green.
Yeah, it's the green.
So I've been doing that, absolutely loving it. And then on the side, obviously building Humble Brags and continuing to grow it. And I think something that I'm particularly proud of is the community and event side of it. So in February this year, 2025, we launched the Founders Retreat, which we did in Whitsundays, and that was just amazing. Like, the feedback that came from it, and there's literally no one else doing something like this.
No, and the origin story, or how it sparked as an idea for you, is also a good one, because it came from all of the conversations that we've been having around burnout and how the hustle is real. And particularly when you're building a brand, you don't feel as though there is a space or a moment in time that you can stop, reflect, but also have conversations with people who are experiencing the same things as you.
Yeah.
And so you went, well, how do I take that and build something that provides that space and that time?
Yeah. So obviously I've done events in every
and you're very good at them.
Yeah, thanks. In every role I've been in, I used to work for online retailer, biggest ecom conference, and then throughout my careers just do events in marketing. But I've never obviously done an event like this, and it's a passion of both of ours, because we love health and wellness and everything to do with it, and we love business. So why not merge the two? Because they are so interconnected.
Yep.
The retreats and it's fully funded by our amazing, tech partners, which is also something that's just not out there at the moment. 3 nights, and we curate the content very intentionally. So we only pick, or I'll survey the attendees and say, what are the most pressing business topics you want to workshop? And we'll focus on those 3 or 4 topics. And then the rest is your morning Pilates or yoga, breathwork sessions, sauna. We always make sure we have other things going on, and a lot of free time, which you don't get at these events. You usually have back-to-back sessions, things going on, drinking, which is all fun, and we do that as well. But there's just a lot of free time to connect and recharge and digest everything that's happening.
Yeah. The retreats have been a moment.
Yeah.
And they're unbelievable, and everyone who attends walks away going, that was, do we want to say life-changing?
They say they have spiritual, the messages that I got after the Tasmania retreat, I've had spiritual awakening, it's been life-changing, like, it's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding.
And I want to add, this is out of pure passion and love for us.
Yeah.
We love building communities, we love connecting people, and so to see that and see that feedback is what makes it all worth it. And honestly. So I'm excited to, like, can we tease about what's next? What's the next iteration?
So I think the direction that Humble Brags is taking, and I can't even put it in a box of what we are and what we do. It's obviously not a podcast, just a podcast. It's not just a community. We're also connecting retailers and tech companies and, service providers in a very meaningful way.
Yeah.
That no one yet does.
Yeah.
often say I feel like I'm an outsourced marketing manager to some of our tech partners.
Yeah.
Because they will trust me with their cash and their budget, and I will put together a retreat or some sort of content plan if they're sponsoring the podcast. And then I think our branding is really cool. Yep. It's really down to earth, and we're super authentic because we're doing this for community.
Yep.
And our partners are just partnering with us, and then they can go and run with that content. They can go and run with that event, invite their customers to it, meet new prospects.
Yep.
And it's just all done in a really nice and meaningful way.
We often joke about how it's hard to do what you're saying, particularly if you are a tech company, because the assumption is that you're always trying to sell something. And the reality is you are, but the way you do it is what you can control, and you can change, and you can think differently. And I think that particularly with how you've structured and built the community, that's exactly what this is. We're making it cool again.
Exactly. And authentic. Because
it's the most important.
Yeah. And I think that, I'm interested to see the sort of direction that it takes. But I love that side of it. I love working, because I've obviously been B2B side before, so I get it. And then at our retreats, we're very, sort of strict on no demos, no sales pitches, because we want to preserve that environment for our community as well. And I'll never change on that. I'll never be flexible with that.
Yeah.
Just like the way that we make our community feel sort of safe and not just sold to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so important.
Yeah. So that's next year. We're going to see a lot more partnerships with tech companies, more major partnerships as well. We're going to see a lot more events. We've launched merch. So we've got our, merch girl. We partnered with Merch Girls for the caps and the bags.
I'm really pumped about the merch.
Yeah. I bought, because I just wanted it for myself. So I bought some more for the community, the matcha glasses.
Yeah.
So we're just going to do merch that is different, cool, and things that, founders, entrepreneurs, and people in e-com can use functionally.
Yeah.
And there's going to be so much more next year. But I think if we're to tease it, it looks like more community events.
Yes.
And more opportunities for partnerships.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where the direction, that's where we're heading. But also still meeting great founders, interviewing great founders, and really thinking about the content that everyone wants to hear. Do we do more solo episodes? I think so.
Yeah, everyone does say that they want more solo episodes. Well, one thing that I'm also really excited to tease, and this actually came from the founders retreat in Feb, is I, alongside 4 other co-founders, am launching a brand.
Yeah.
Next year, early next year.
Just you wait.
It's insanely exciting. The 4 co-founders who are on board, so it's 5 of us total, and they're just brilliant co-founders. I've never seen a group of people like this come together and create magic. In every aspect, because from the logistics to the marketing to the branding to every co-founder brings something amazing to the table, and the output is incredible. We'll have to have all the co-founders on the potty once we launch to formally talk about it, because I can't say too much, but all I can say is that it's going to be amazing. It's going to be global. It's e-commerce. It's a product. It's in the health and wellness space. And we're going to start teasing it at the end of this year, but we'll launch in Feb next year, hopefully.
Coming from outsider view in and just watching the evolution, the idea coming together, the process, you could not have a better, more qualified bunch of people working on this. And it's been, I've learned so much from just listening to you and watching the process and seeing what happens behind the scenes of building a brand.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I've never built any sort of brand like this where everything is so meticulous and done so well.
But the product, without giving too much away, is a good product. And you have been so obsessive about that.
Yeah, because you have to, that's
you
the
have
hero,
to.
isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that's in a nutshell what's been happening in
So
my
just
world.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much at all.
Just exciting stuff. And I think the best thing about it all is that I'm working with my mates in everything I do. Like the podcast, I get to do it with you.
Yep.
I'm working with Stacey and Caitlin and the awesome B2C team.
Yep.
And I'm launching a brand with my friends. Like,
Yeah.
how lucky is that?
You can't get a better combo.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, lots to come.
Lots to come. So 2026 is going to be huge. And also a little tease for Humble Brags is the international aspect. Obviously, we're here in New York, and we've been and San Francisco, where we interviewed the co-founder of Netflix and Fireflies AI.
Yep.
That was an unreal moment for us.
That was a point in time where we're like, are we really here? Are we really doing this? It was incredibly special, particularly to be interviewing such inspirational founders who were incredibly generous with the advice and tips they were giving.
It was amazing. And when we were there, I sort of said to you, this feels familiar.
Yeah.
And I think that's because we're in the right place.
Yeah.
And in the right time of our lives. And I really feel a calling, like for Humble Brags and the community that we're building and everything else. But it just felt like we were very relaxed as well. Like,
very relaxed.
We're interviewing some of the greatest people in tech, right? And we're so calm, even when the Wi-Fi was cutting out with Netflix.
We had a moment.
Co-founder.
But it was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was always going to be a tech issue, particularly when you're doing a live podcast. But
yeah,
we got through it.
We got through it really well. And yeah, I'm really proud of us because that was a pivotal moment, I think, for Humble Brags. And
Me too.
We've got the dinner in New York with amazing founders, and everyone we talk to hear about Humble Brags, especially the retreats as well. They're like, oh, we need that here. So international next year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
Yeah.
Should we talk about predictions or what we think 2026 will bring? Because I think it's funny. It feels like time is just going so quickly. In some respects, technology and innovation is also rapidly accelerating. But on the flip side, we've probably got a different view. There are some things that we think aren't accelerating. And so it'd be interesting
back to basics in some things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to basics. That's exactly, I think that is the era that we're in.
It's very interesting.
But should we talk about tech predictions, what we think?
Let's talk about tech. Well, I think it's an interesting climate. I personally think that I haven't seen anything revolutionary come out in 2025. There's been amazing AI platforms for sure, but separate to AI, I haven't seen anything disrupt ecom.
Ecom in particular, and we were talking about this. I think this year has been, I want to say, a reset year. A lot of people, and still don't, in a way, understand or know the implication or impact of AI more broadly. And I think it's been really obvious from a consumer perspective because tools such as ChatGPT have come so far, and the accessibility to tools in order for anyone to become a coder or anyone to become, a product builder or an app builder is never been easier. So that democratization of product in particular, I think is real, and AI has helped that. But in the same sense, it's meant that a lot of businesses, or tech businesses in particular, have had to go, well, what does this actually mean for us, for our product?
Yeah.
And so there's been this pullback of going, well, we need to be really clear with what our focus is, what our purpose is, what our mission is, and make sure that we're investing, number one, in AI, which means it takes away from other places. But when that solidifies, I do think we will see an acceleration of new products, new tools, because as I think we were chatting before on, platforms such as Lovable means that anyone can start building apps.
Yeah.
And I think particularly in ecosystems such as Shopify that does have such a large app ecosystem, you will see a lot more very specific niche apps that will be innovative but for a specific purpose.
What do you think? Because there's a lot of e-com platforms who are trying to ingrain AI into their current platforms.
Oh, yeah.
So there might be a little bit of a battle between these niche AI platforms with established e-com tech companies ingraining it. And I've seen a few of them do it now, and a lot of them don't do it well yet.
No.
I've like, been on beta tests and things like that. And I'm like, no, I don't want it because it's not up to scratch yet.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be a clash of these new apps that are formed and then e-commerce tech trying to put AI into their platforms?
Yeah, without a doubt. But I'm of the belief that if you've got a product and you've got 10 features, right? Not all 10 are going to be 10 out of 10 features. You're going to have a few heroes and then a couple that are just there as the add-ons. Where the disruption comes from are those smaller players that can build 10 out of 10 products because they've got a singular feature or maybe 2 features, but over time are able to rapidly scale because of the fact that they've been built from their core using LLMs and using the right framework and architecture. So I think we are in an age of disruption. It's just going to take a few years in order for it to become real. And that adoption curve or finding product market fit, which is what a lot of startups talk about, before we really see that kind of ingrained.
Yeah, I also feel like we might see some more M&As with e-commerce.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a lot of mergers, acquisitions, companies merging, because it's the only way really but that does have its downsides as well.
Totally. I just think that everyone competes with everyone now because everyone has a lot of products, but a lot of these platforms are stripping down because I think they overinvested in trying to do everything.
Yep.
And that whole narrative of, one platform, one e-commerce suite is like not redundant, but it's taking a different direction now. Yeah.
You want best of breed, and with that comes a composability, in a better word, of different products, different apps or solutions that you can start to put together. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. But on the topic of AI, because I think it's more real now. People see it in action. Personally, I think, and I've said this many times, it is going to change the way we discover products. It's going to change the way we shop. And in turn, that is going to change the marketing mix that brands need to think about. Yeah. Because, it's been pretty dominated by Meta and Google for forever, or for a long time. Yeah. For the time that we've been in e-com. Yeah. Will that change?
Yeah, I think there'll be a shake-up because there's so many amazing AI analytics platforms that can go deeper than the attribution that Meta and Google can do. And it'll give a more holistic view of what's happening in the business, specifically brand marketing campaigns and awareness. And people, I think, will stop overspending on Meta and Google because they have AI helping them view and analyze what's actually happening holistically. And I'm so excited for that because I'm like a brand awareness person, and I can't always see what's happening with my branding campaigns. You only see what Meta and Google allow you to see, and like the impact of brand marketing is huge. It's a slower process. But it's really huge, and it's often a sentiment. And I'm really big on instinct and gut, but it's hard to report back to the business. So I think that's going to change, and then that will change Meta and Google and how we spend on those platforms.
On the point of brand, because like ultimately, if we do think about the rise of ChatGPT and discovering products, brand becomes incredibly important.
Huge.
Because you want to be in the lineup of options, you want to be the brand that's most memorable.
Exactly.
So that I think is just it's a bit of a context switch, because I think that for a long time, and I'm not a marketer, I'm not going to claim I'm a marketer, I just talk to a lot of marketers, so you would have more authority on this, but everyone has been in that habit of just going dollars in the Meta and Google machines, which won't go away, but will evolve and change, and they're probably going to have to be a bit more multi-focused, for want of a better word.
We'll diversify our spend. Like I'm doing Spotify ads, and then we're going to experiment with TikTok Shop, and like you'll just diversify all of your channels. But also, I think something that's coming back and will come back more next year is display ads, pop-ups. More people are going to open physical stores because that sort of brand awareness is going to lend when AI like takes shape more, becoming more discoverable and staying in people's minds.
Yeah, the rise of experiential retail.
Yeah.
And people have spoken about it for a long time, but I wonder who we would think is doing it really well at the moment, particularly in the Australian market, maybe in the US market. I completely agree. You know, it's going to be around the experiences or the experience you want your brand to be associated with or live by, and you can create beautiful experiences online, but they're even more powerful if you do both in store and online.
I'm trying to I think it was Lorna Jane, but I don't want to. Lorna Jane. They bought a retreat
I saw
space
that
in Byron Bay, and I was like, damn,
Genius.
that is like my goals for any brand I have.
Are we manifesting? Is this a collab with Lorna Jane?
Absolutely. So that is so smart. An activewear brand.
Yep.
Buying a retreat space. Like I'm obsessed with that.
And again, it's bringing the brand to life based on their mission and what they want all of their customers to feel.
Yeah.
And creating that experience.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a lot more of that. I think there will be a lot more collaborations. But yeah, I'm not mad about it.
No, I love it.
I think that is absolutely, you know, giving us as consumers what we want to see, feel, experience.
Yeah. And it takes the pressure off just, you know, content. It's so hard to constantly create content. And I know there's AI for that now, but it doesn't hit yet, especially like for some categories, furniture, for example. We can't use AI really well to bring furniture to life. We just can't. Or not, at least not yet. And so I think it's going to change. And I think this year there was a big focus on founder content. And I don't think we're going to hear that next year because everyone's doing it now.
Yep.
So everyone's looking the same, and some founders are not meant to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It just doesn't suit them. They're not engaging.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work as well as they, you know, would have hoped it worked. Yeah.
I just know that if I was a founder of a brand, I would not be made to be in front of doing founder content. Like, get anyone apart from me.
A lot of founders say that.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, so what's the alternative? What do you think we're going to see more of?
Well, I think it's the things like, you know, what we just mentioned.
Yeah.
Experiences,
ambassadors,
the right ambassadors. I think, affiliates have been huge already, and influencers, but I think we'll see like influencers turning more into like ambassadors as a strategy.
Yeah.
Where you're spending your bigger dollars.
Can we just talk for the like layman and people like me in the room? If I hear influencer and ambassador, I think about the same thing.
Oh, okay.
What is the difference?
So influencers, and they could be macro, micro, like influencers, anyone with a following, and you might either pay them a lump sum of money you give them your product, you might pay them a bit, and then you have like this deal where you give them money and they do one Instagram story or one TikTok post, and that is the partnership, and it's just one contract.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't necessarily have to pay them. You might gift them products, or sometimes you give them a discount code and an affiliate. This is an affiliate.
Yeah, okay.
Which is you give them product and then they get a discount code and they take a cut of every sale made under their discount code.
Right.
So that's an affiliate.
Yeah.
The first one I said was an influencer. The last one is an ambassador, which is a long-term partnership with an individual.
Okay.
And this is usually, obviously it's a paid opportunity, and they have a lot more output throughout the year. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, and they're basically the face of the brand for you. And this is great for any founder that doesn't want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Because you have someone, you've got to choose someone that aligns with your brand, obviously, and they'll do that work for you.
Yeah.
So we did that with B2C Furniture. We got Sam and Snez.
Love Sam and Snez.
Yeah, and they hosted a mini series for us, and that was really great for the brand.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure you get it right.
Yeah.
So
you don't want it to be, you don't want to to backfire. You want it to be authentic and to your brand and pick the right people.
Pick the right people, and also sort of like milk it for what it's worth. Like, I just didn't want to just have an ambassador. They're doing so much for us. We've got Sam doing radio ads. It's his voice. We've got them hosting a whole mini series for us. So that is a lot of content that we're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Content, I think, will change.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's for the best or for the worst, but it's going to become faster and
it's going to become more entertainment value as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you're already starting to see a bit of that.
Yeah.
People are becoming funnier, thinking creatively, thinking differently about the content that they're putting out, and brands are also leaning into that, which I think is cool.
Yeah, you have to stand out.
Yeah. Interesting.
What else? What else do we have to talk about before we get out of here and go?
I think that's
eat a bagel.
Yeah, I think that's some pretty good 2026 predictions.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
We can't not acknowledge the fact that it is really tough for brands out there, as well as people. So, but I do want to look at it from a half glass full perspective.
Yeah.
And think of this as a chapter or time where things are changing, and I don't think those changes are bad. They're just different.
Yeah.
So
I think just make sure I always come back to your network, but make sure you have a solid community and network of like-minded people to navigate these situations with and talk about it. Like, obviously that's why our retreats are amazing, because people get together and talk about these things. What are you most looking forward to for next year?
That's a really good question. So much. I'm looking forward to professionally going deeper in certain subject matter and really honing my craft. I think that is incredibly important to keep you fulfilled. I'm really excited about the direction of Humble Brags and where particularly the retreats and community as well as partnerships are heading. And I'm excited about traveling more and eating more food and doing all of the things that we love to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're at a really nice era of our lives where, we found our groove, we're comfortable in our careers, we have a good network, and we can just enjoy some of that, but we're still at an age where we can hustle.
Yes.
I'm very excited about
hard.
That. Yeah.
How about you?
I am so excited to launch this new brand. It's also just in a space that I want to be in, like the industry category itself. I haven't worked in that space before, but always been passionate about it. And I can't wait to fully ingrain in that space. And it will be good for me personally as well, if I can say without giving away too much. I am so excited about Humble Brags. I think that I can just feel it. It's taking a new shape next year. And I'm so excited to see where we can take it, because it's going to be big. Yeah. I can feel it. Yeah. And the partnerships are going to be amazing, and the experiences that I am already thinking about will blow people away. Yeah. Yeah.
And let me tell you all, there's one thing this girl does well, is curating exceptional experiences. Like, even at the retreat, everyone was mind blown by just the little things. Yeah. Like the sauna, as an example.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It wasn't just a sauna. Yeah. It was an experiential sauna.
Yeah.
So watch this space.
Watch this space. And I think, like I said, my daughter's 11, and she's got year 6 next year before she goes into high school. And it's such a good, for me, like, next year's my year before she goes to high school, where I feel like she's going to go through change, but like I'm ready to just run next year. Yeah. And then like be a bit more chill the year after. But next year is going to be crazy for both of us.
Love that. Yeah. It will be.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap for us.
Let us know. Do we want more solo eps?
Yeah.
What do you want to hear? What do you want to know about either of us? Yeah. Let us know.
We're open books.
Yep.
Yep.
Keep bragging.
Keep bragging. Peace out.